We all want to speak English with the confidence of a native, but here's the catch. It's not about perfect grammar. It's about sounding natural. And one of the easiest way to do this is by mastering phrasal verbs. These little words combinations holds the power to make you sound like you've been speaking English all your life. Today, I'll show you how you can start using them to level up your conversation skills. Hey there, this is Erin. Ever feel like your English sounds textbook? Well, here's the secret. Native speakers don't just use words, they play with them. And one of their biggest tricks? Phrasal verbs. Master these, you won't just speak English, you'll own it. Let's dive in. First of all, what exactly are phrasal verbs? They're verbs paired with prepositions or adverbs to create new meanings. For example, instead of just watch, use look after or bring up instead of mention. You hear them all the time in movies, podcasts, or just the casual chats at a local coffee shop. They're everywhere. And native speakers use them so much that not using it can make you sound, well, a little too formal or even robotic. You might know all the grammar rules, but if you're not using phrasal verbs, you're missing the key to sounding natural. So you might be able to speak perfectly with correct grammar, but phrasal verbs add texture to your speech. They make you sound you're relaxed, confident, and natural. So in casual conversations, you are almost expected to use phrasal verbs. Whether you're chatting with a friend or having a business meeting, because phrasal verbs make your speech flow better and more conversational. So let's have a little fun. I want you to feel the difference of how native speakers' English sounds like compared to that of non-native speakers. First of all, we're going to look at the non-native version. I'm going to read a passage and I want you to see if you can spot any verbs that can be replaced by phrasal verbs. And try to absorb how you feel and what kind of impression it will give you when I read the passage in a non-native version. Are you ready? Here we go. Emma's busy day. Emma woke up early, ready to start her day. She had an important meeting at work, but as soon as she got in her car, it stopped working. Not today, she sighed. She quickly canceled her morning meeting and met her neighbor unexpectedly while waiting for a tow truck. Hey, Emma, need help? Her neighbor, Jake, asked. Yeah, I need to find a solution to another way to get to work. Jake offered her a ride. And on the way, they talked about each other's lives. Emma mentioned a new project she was working on. When she finally arrived at the office, her boss asked her to review some reports before the afternoon presentation. She was nervous because she hadn't had much time to prepare. She needed to create a creative solution fast. During lunch, her coworker Lisa tolerated Emma's complaints about her car trouble. At least you didn't completely have no more luck, Lisa joked. After work, Emma met her friend Sarah to spend time with and relax. Sarah had just gotten a promotion and Emma admired her for always working hard. On the way home, Emma's mom called. Can you take care of your little brother this weekend? Sure, Mom, Emma said. That night, as she was about to sleep, she remembered she had postponed booking a car repair appointment. She quickly called the shop, hoping they wouldn't reject her request. It had been a long day, but she was proud of herself for not quitting, even when things went wrong. She smiled, thinking about how she really resembles her mom, strong and determined. Were you able to spot some verbs that can be replaced by phrasal verbs? This time, I'm going to read the same passage, but with phrasal verbs, the way native speakers would say. See if you can feel the difference. Here we go. Emma's busy day. Emma woke up early, ready to start her day. She had an important meeting at work, but as soon as she got in her car, it broke down. Not today, she sighed. She quickly called off her morning meeting and ran into her neighbor while waiting for a tow truck. Hey, Emma, need help? Her neighbor Jake asked. Yeah, I need to figure out another way to get to work. Jake offered her a ride, and on the way, they caught up with each other's lives. Emma brought up a new project she was working on. When she finally showed up at the office, her boss asked her to go over some reports before the afternoon presentation. She was nervous because she hadn't had much time to prepare. She needed to come up with a creative solution fast. During lunch, her coworker Lisa put up with Emma's complaints about her car trouble. At least you didn't completely run out of luck, Lisa joked. After work, Emma met her friend Sarah to hang out and relax. Sarah had just gotten a promotion, and Emma looked up to her for always working hard. On the way home, Emma's mom called. Can you look after your little brother this weekend? Sure, Mom, Emma said. That night, as she was about to sleep, she remembered she had put off booking a car repair appointment. She quickly called the shop, hoping they wouldn't turn her down. It had been a long day, but she was proud of herself for not giving up, even when things went wrong. She smiled, thinking about how she really takes after her mom, strong and determined. What do you think? Did you feel that this time the passage sounded more fluent and conversational? I hope seeing and feeling the difference between the two versions helped you understand why and how important it is to use phrasal verbs for sounding natural. A bonus tip is to follow the 5-step strategy I shared in this video to practice your listening as well as speaking skills until you've mastered the phrasal verbs. Once you're able to say them smoothly, you want to come up with sentences using these phrasal verbs that you can use in a conversation with someone. When you learn something new in English, in this case, phrasal verbs, you don't want to just learn and stop there. You want to apply them in your daily conversations as much as you can. This is what makes a difference between someone who excels in their learning versus someone who doesn't. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aren't more formal phrases better for professional settings? Sure, if you're writing an academic paper, phrasal verbs aren't the go-to. But in most situations, especially in day-to-day conversations, phrasal verbs make it sound much more authentic. Even in business meetings, phrasal verbs such as follow up or take over are completely acceptable and, frankly speaking, expected. Using phrasal verbs is not just a trick to sound like a native speaker. It's a shortcut to confidence as well. The more you use them, the more you'll notice how much more relaxed and natural your English becomes. It's not about using all the phrasal verbs out there, but it's about making your speech flow better. So learn as you go and use what you learned as much as you can. I'm curious, what phrasal verbs have you been using in your conversations? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And if you want to continue to improve your fluency, make sure you subscribe and turn the notification on because there are more videos coming your way. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Take care, and until next time, God bless.